Yeah, we started. We're rolling.
Oh,
Hello. Sorry, everybody.
your turn. My
Twitch be twitching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're walking up the hill, and Alex will turn to Garen to Kane with a bit of a smirk, now knowing that he would have known of X Battle of the great adjective now, and he'll say, "Whatever happens, happens, friend. It's not length of life, but depth of life. Great hearts of ours make us immortal. Our admiration and love strong will us against all fear."
Kane turns at this moment and gives you the outdated salute that you recognized.
Sick.
And there's a moment where it's just like, wait, what?
Who was there?
Kane nods, and like almost like a single tear, but he turns away, and you're not sure if you saw it, and he's just like, "He was a good man." And then just walks towards the clan, like, fucking yeah, hype.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I guess they kind of crest the hill, fangirling. And Garen, like, eyes closed, hears them, and turns, and looks towards Kunnar and Algin. So, morning!
Good morning.
Sleep well?
Elves don't sleep.
Objection, leading question, Your Honor.
Kane just like is casually like he's sharpening a steak in that classic. He went to Scouts once, but he's sharpening a stick and he just says, "You're telling me."
Garen kind of leans on his staff and is like, "Really, Algin, I never thought I'd meet someone worse at manners than me." So, I think Garen's mood has weirdly improved ever since his sword wandered off, because responsibility kind of fucked off. So he's like,
Kunnar says, "Have you made your decision?"
I brought witnesses this time, so I'd like you to repeat, Kunnar. What is it you claim you can do?
I can take from you your false gods and your powers in return for speaking with this creature you have captured, this orc. And finding a location and the plans of this dark one.
I see. So you want all of my capacity to fight something for every card we have, and you believe that you can win a war with this?
Yes.
Care to share how?
We do not need Garen Stormforged to fight a war.
I believe that. So why do you need my powers?
It is our duty.
Your duty, you say?
Alex will step
He said that is correct, vampire.
Okay.
forward, not looking at Kunnar.
What did Will just say to me?
Alex will step forward, but looking toward Algin rather than towards Kunnar, and he'll say, "Whatever your company thinks they can do, thinks they can achieve, we are not at odds there. I give myself to you and your friend here." And he'll sort of like look up as best he can to like look at his horns, but he like maybe can't see them because they're coming out of his forehead. I'll give you myself when this is all done for your purging. But I need you, Algin, and Garen, as you are now, unchanged, unmuted, to try another tack. It would be foolish to pursue an assault on Moldark from one front. You should know this. And he'll look to the older Kunnar.
What's wrong with the persuasion check, I guess?
That's what I do. 12.
What I do.
12 plus 10, motherfucker.
22.
Oh shit!
22. So yeah, I guess he looks to Algin. And so he kind of whispers, says he has a point, I suppose.
Fuck you. This douche.
Alex wants to turn to Kane. And I don't know how old the clandestine are. Alex doesn't know a whole lot about them. But I guess
they're 200 years old.
Okay. Alex will turn to Kane and maybe like not saying anything, like take his hand. Put it on one of my horns. I know.
Is it rising?
And you'll feel Alex's hand trying to like break it off, but you know that Alex can't do it himself. And he's just gonna be like looking you straight in the eye.
Oh shit, dude.
We gotta give him something. We gotta give him something, or they're not gonna let us go.
Kane draws his sword and I'm sorry, bro, but yeah, he slices this horn off and then takes like steps between the suddenly probably in pain Alex.
Oh yeah, Alex is on the ground.
Yeah. And he steps up to, is it not Algan? Kunnar. Is it Kunnar? Yep. Yeah. He steps up to Kunnar and he holds out the horn in one hand.
Takes it.
But Kane doesn't let go. And he's still got his sword in the other hand. And he says, if you betray us, if you betray my friend here, the world will suddenly feel much smaller. And I will hunt you to the edge. And I will kick you off into the oblivion that awaits you and your kind. For I have 80 of friends waiting to meet you in the next life, and all of them will feast upon your bones. Just so we understand each other.
He says, I care not for your friends. Now. He takes the horn.
I shake my head and I hand him the horn and I say, it was a promise. And then I step back next to Alex and help him up.
We care not for the promises of vampires. Now then.
Your friend's horn, but what about your tooth?
Well, speaking of friends, a lovely young lady.
We'd like to introduce you to a friend.
You might be able to catch up with her. Jane could probably show you the trail. You may notice, and I gesture at the empty point on my sword belt.
I'm not following.
I thought you were the one and wise in education in the ways of magic. A simple bumpkin like myself would have no idea.
Ah, yes, you mean
sword, grow legs, and walk away.
You mean the girl? Yes, I intercepted her last night. Alden whilst I was away. And he kind of goes into his, like, one of his satchels, brings out a sack, bloodied. There's a head inside of it. Kind of takes out her head.
Is it our friend lady?
Oh yeah, it's friend.
Our sword.
This is what happens to those who do not forsake their ways. He puts it back into the like stinking sack of.
Alex is
Sorry,
like,
do not forsake their ways. Okay.
Alex is like rubbing his forehead, and he'll ask, "Did she have a ring?" And he'll look to Algan and say, "You know that my wedding band is sentimental."
He fishes into a pocket, and there's he kind of opens up this little kind of. He's got many pockets. This man. He's got many like little satchels on him and stuff.
Watches, just watches.
Yeah.
He pops one open, and there's just fingers.
Wanna buy a sundial?
This fingers just inside this belt. He just opens up his like biggest jacket, and there's just lines of
Fingers.
fingers he can buy. He's a kid from recess. He opens his fingers into one. He just fishes one out, and it's a girl's finger. He just kind of takes the ring off it. And he holds it.
Algan's very confused because he didn't quite understand the sword, and then now he's got this lady, and he wasn't around when Kunnar did all this, so he's just like, I don't understand this. what's happening here. And you're like, what happened to my ring? It's really important to me. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, he's just holding the ring. I'll be holding on to this for now, though.
Alden like points to the guy next to him. He's like, he's the DM. I don't fucking know what he's planning. Like, bro.
Sure, I take off my scale mail, and it's just like my small clothes has stitched in "I'm with stupid," and it's just
it's like, and then it pans back, and it's Will in makeup trying to get in. It's like Kunnar, like, no, go away.
So we quite done? I'd really like to never see you again.
He shakes his head. There is still the matter of your powers.
I thought those who forsook their ways ended up like that. Seems awfully hypocritical.
She did not.
I thought those who rolled 22s on persuasion dealt with that a minute ago.
Yeah, he's taken that into account. He's not instantly convinced by one roll. I mean, this is asking the guy whose entire life is like murdering demons.
So I'll give him, like, I've given him like one of my horns as pledge that like he can have the rest of my body if he so chooses to purge me from the world. Just to purchase like the delay, like just to let Algan come with us and Garen come with us as they are with their magic, so that we can try and attack Moldar from two sides.
Alex is going to have words with Kane about this whole selling himself to the clan later on, just so you know. But maybe a campfire session.
He says, there is one more thing. The vampire.
Oh, good.
This should be interesting.
Okay.
Just so you know, I'm not a pureblood.
Yeah, he says...
that changes it.
He says, we know that you have brethren. We want names.
You want names?
Locations. Identities.
Marcus. Jacob. Rexius. Malcolm. I could go on, but you know these names. Or at least you would if you paid any attention when you violently expanded into the world, because these are the friends of mine that you slew in a single night of violent
I do not have names of vampires.
You don't have names of vampires, then what good are my names to you? Kane is quite clearly getting very heated at this.
Yeah, he turns towards Alex, who's clearly been more reasonable, and he says, "Control your dog."
It's bleeding from the
He
horn.
fucking says what? Okay.
Alex just puts a hand on your chest.
Garen,
like, will hold that hand as well and go, so Kunnar, you mean to tell us that you believe yourself totally capable of killing a god, yet you can't track down a few half-vampires?
Oh, no. Now, we know that there is a leader of this coven who we're particularly interested in. We just need confirmation on who it is.
If I told you, and he'll look painfully at Kane, but give like a pretty stern-looking stare. But he's speaking to Kunnar when he says this. If I told you that I knew as well the name and location of the head of this coven, would that be assurance enough? Do you have faith enough in your trade, wise Kunnar, to extract a name and a location?
I do not work on promises. I work on information and fact. I care not for your assurances that I will have something later. We need it now. This information is vital to the cause.
Your cause is nothing if the world is ended. Then we're not giving you anything until Moldar.
I do not care for your assurances.
I apologize for this, guys. I genuinely do.
Oh, no. Go for it. I'm with you all the way to hell.
But Kane is on him in a fucking flash with his sword drawn. He doesn't attack him, but he's like essentially like in his face, sword drawn, and he just states, I find it interesting that a human like you has so little self-awareness. You say those who forsake their ways are to be killed, yet those who openly rejoice your path, those people are also to be saved. I mean, So you're telling me right now that my friend here, if he gives up his false gods and converts, he's a traitor to his gods and therefore must be put down. But at the same time, you tell me if he embraces your gods, he will be saved. Tell me how that works. Also, while you're pondering on this matter, why don't you tell me how you don't work on promises, yet so far you have provided me with absolutely no reason to trust you. So tell me why I don't slowly start to carve steaks from your body to feed my men. Because quite frankly, I am sick of this conversation, and if Algan raises so much as a fucking eyebrow, I will pop his head off.
I'm with you.
Kane fucking loses his shit at this point.
Yeah, he looks to Alex and he's like, somebody, quiet the dog, put it down.
I punch him as hard as I physically fucking can in the face. I'm done. I'm fucking done with this prick.
Kane, it seems as if we are all noticing that your blood is boiling, which is probably a feeling you've not felt in a long time, blood rushing through your heart.
Oh, buddy! Oh, mate!
Algan, yes. Algan, you're
Take it easy. And I kind of like hold his hand, and if I can, I'm going to cast Remove Curse.
Okay.
And try to break his vampirism.
Oh!
Can I roll something to see him going for magic?
Sure, roll me a perception check.
Because,
It's probably going to be like athletics or something for me to actually be able to grab him, because he's a bit pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
24
I rolled a 20
Nice.
in the roll 20. Because my Scottish is poop right now. Because of the internet.
What's up?
24 on my... So because...
Yeah, you can see him go for magic, and he casts Remove Curse.
I'm gonna throw a lightning bolt at Algan.
So yeah, he removes Curse. You instantly see Kane begin to kind of chill a little bit. The kind of black redness from his eyes, the kind of blood first, is kind of going down. It's a similar thing with the... it's like anesthetic to an animal, like a rabbit or something. You just like inject it with fucking shit, and a dog's eyes just like, oh god. And it's a similar effect. I mean, like the vampirism is basically a drug, which affects your mind, and then like the magic is like the counter drug.
Can I roll to oppose this? Because I
mean, it's like science. Like your body isn't like, I oppose vampirism, and then it just...
No, but what I'm saying...
You could roll me a Constitution saving throw to wear off the effects for a minute, wait for the drug to kick in.
I rolled a 20 on athletics. Do you want to have him like oppose athletics to try to like dodge or acrobatics to dodge me from touching you?
Touch spell.
Yeah.
There is a...
Because I could let you do that.
I could make a dex save or something like that. If that's...
Roll athletics. Because I'll be an opposed athletics roll, that's fine.
Well, okay, cool.
I mean, you probably have pump stats anyway, so...
I've got quite good at
a decent chance.
25. I'll even photograph it and send it to meme chat just so you guys know.
If it's in the roll 20, we can see it because I'm in it. Yeah. You kind of dodge out of the way. As Algan.
Like Algan goes to cast a touch spell and goes to grab while Kane is about to punch this guy in the face, and Kane quickly stops punching so he can dodge, getting dispelled.
It kind of looks like a Dementor's kiss, like how they like the fog and that sucking, I try to grab you, and then your life and color starts to fade and suck into my hand, but you and you dodge it.
And Garen pulls out his staff and is ready to fucking unload. Alex,
I feel like Garen, as soon as he sees magic, is just gonna cast. At this point, don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him. So I'm just gonna throw down.
Nice.
We'll drop Shatter directly on Algan.
Explode. It would be the first time I've shattered because of your magic.
Yeah. Well. Last time was an accident. Okay, so yeah, I guess there's the thing is this kind of little boxing match, and the next thing is this thunderous ringing noise is suddenly in everyone's ears, a flashbang went off nearby. So could you make a con saving throw, please?
I'd love to.
I would love to. Fido!
14.
that is unfortunately not enough to overcome my caster DC, which is 16. Yeah. So you take 1 second. My zoom is in the way. 19 damage.
Alex, when that happens, is going to try and potentially be able to walk away with like as many party members as possible when this is done. He's going to, without having shifted yet, but you can see he's like forcing himself to shift, and it's like extra painful. It's not induced by the move. He's like forcing this change. He's going to headbutt Garen if he can, just to show and make a gesture that he disagrees with what's just happened. Like, it's meant to do some damage, but it's not. It's not like he's removing your curse or anything like that. So
you're challenging him for mates. I get it.
Yeah, basically. So like with his one good horn, he's gonna like take a bound and like bash Garen in the chest if he can, and then as he's shifting, and he's gonna try and like scream, because like every time he's shifted, he's gotten closer to being able to talk while he's in goat form. So he's gonna like scream as best he can to make it articulate, like enough of this. And he's going to look to Algin and say, us or them, we don't have time for this. The Dark Lord does nothing but gain from our fighting. And he's going to look to Kunnar and say, we're giving you nothing else. And if you can't deal with that, only one of us is leaving this hill.
At this point, Kane is dump tackling.
Kane is just gonna die.
He's not like Kane isn't actually using his sword. Kane is dump tackling him.
Alright, give me a roll, because Kunnar's pretty. He's an old guy,
No,
but
no, like I understand.
Should we be rolling initiative at this point?
I feel like this is more like madness. I feel like if anyone actually stabs someone. Actually, I don't know. You cast Shatter, didn't you?
I did throw 19 damage at a person because I assumed he was gonna try and kill you.
let's roll some initiative.
Awesome.
Okay.
Where's my
So I feel we've all had our narrative move.
natural 20 with a 22?
Hey,
Oh, son of a bitch! Hold on.
Nice.
Initiative is plus. Yeah, cool. Okay.
7 for Alex.
7.
17, the perfect number.
I'd show you guys our map and things, but right now we are rolling on 3 different mediums. We've got Roll 20, we've got Skirmish, and we've got Live Dice, so it's going to be
In
hard.
the
We actually have 2
physical
different Roll 20s,
The
so it's going to be hard.
You rolled 17. Alright, so we'll say it's Kane's go. So turn order is going to be Algan, Kane, Kunnar, Garen, and then Alex.
Cool. So it's my turn. Cool.
Yeah, so Algan's gone and it's Kane's turn.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to dump tackle. Not with weapon drawn. I'm just going to like fucking roll this guy over, and see if I can like. I want to pin him down in a like I will kill you if you move, but I'm not actually gonna murder this man outright. And that's.
Sure.
Like,
Give me a roll. Give me an athletics roll, and he will oppose it.
Cool. That'll be a 23.
He rolled 23, so equal to a great lamb. Actually, saying is they're equal, so you guys are like locked in an awesome like battle of falling over one another.
Like it's one of those moments like Kane like steps towards him, but instead of like he has his sword like raised, and then he just buries it in the ground next to him and launches himself, and like he just counters and like pulls me, and we end up like in like this ruckus on the floor. It's like an anime cloud with like every now and again a face will poke out and then punching.
Kunnar's like fighting style is very kind of martial arts based.
Kane is just fucking.
So you were like the kind of whirlwind of limbs, and he block, like blocking from all those different angles, like all these different
Matrix
mode basically.
You need super efficient movements to fight supernatural creatures.
Exactly. I mean, he's used like this is his job. He like fights vampires for.
Fucking Kane saw a lot more fucking half vampires die to the clan before. Like he knows these guys aren't to be fucked with.
So it's Kunnar's turn. He gets out this little kind of crossbow thing, which is kind of like Assassin's Creed style along the arm. It's like a hand crossbow, like a drow might have, in fact.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool mechanism.
Yeah, see? You guys should have joined the Clandestine. You'd get this sweet shit.
I was gonna say, like, if this wasn't aimed at me, this would be...
I want this.
That'd be sick.
Guys, we're 5 retweets away from a viewer decision. What a way and what a place to put a viewer decision is right in the middle of PvP combat.
Yeah, it's very true actually. So Kane, is your AC better than 22?
I'm gonna say no.
That's pretty good at it. So
Does he get any disadvantage for the fact we're currently in hand-to-hand combat scuffling on the floor?
probably not. I mean, it's probably a lot easier. Seeing as you guys are kind of like locked in combat, he kind of breaks
Okay,
away.
Okay. Yeah.
Pops
It's
one
a
up.
wrist thing.
It's a wrist thing, so he's not like getting out of crossbow. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so, Ken, you're not like shot with a bolt or anything. It's kind of like little kind of projectile net kind of comes out, and like to you, you hear like you taste like silver, like at the back of your like head. You can like feel
this
like
brick is gonna. I'm
pain.
gonna.
You can taste the silver.
Yeah, you can always taste silver.
Nothing you're
And
worried about, but maybe if it hits Alex.
Yeah. And it doesn't like go over like your whole body. I mean, it's just like a tiny little thing. It just basically goes over your face, just clamps on your face, almost like a face hugger alien thing. Just like wraps around your face and like ties itself on. And this metal, this silver, just like trapped on your face. Probably one of the most painful experiences for a creature such as yourself. It's just direct silver on flesh. It's like burning your flesh at this point.
Well, I've gone. This is interesting because it's gone from hey, this vampire is quite clearly like fighting me hand to hand. You know what? Would be really good if I put him in violent pain because I'm sure he would then try and murder me violently. No, in any way, no.
Yeah, he just pops on off. His face is covered in this. You're like, all you can think of is like, fuck my face. Where is it? And then he's gonna like take a step back as you're like raging over there. It's Garen's turn, and we'll say that Alex has just got his chance to say like, shut the fuck up.
Was Algan not before me?
Yeah, but
I went I went actually out of turn order in turn order, so it worked.
Oh, okay, cool. Fine. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a lightning bolt at Kunnar.
cool.
Yeah, so I raise the staff and like the wood kind of unravels and the little like flickering lightning core appears again, and I will stare at Alex like as he's kind of still shifting. And I will go, I want to make this short and sweet. It's like, they call us monsters. They hunt within their own ranks, and you wish to side with them. Choose your friends, Alex. And yeah, I am going to lightning strike. I'm gonna specifically move. I can't quite bring myself to throw this at Algan yet, even though he is a traitor. But yeah, so I'm gonna just move around. So I just hit Kunnar. And he needs to make a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
Perfect number. See if he can make it. Yep, dead on 17. Can you make me a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, everybody? What's up, Blue?
When in doubt, DC 17.
If in doubt, just a DC 17.
DC 17.
It's just bigger. 17? Why not?
1d20 plus 1. Roll. That is an 8.
An 8? Can you roll me your damage, please?
So this thing is my magical item, just so we're clear. But yeah, so I will be using my superpowered lightning powers. So this is 9. Then the max damage is 9 by 6 is 54.
Is he within 5 feet of me?
you got dump tackled. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
probably not.
You got pinged by Shatter, and then I got thrown clear by Goat Horns. So I feel like I'm kind of
like 10, 15 feet away.
yeah. So
It's like 54 damage.
54 damage. It's half on the successful save.
Okay, and you rolled a what, an 8?
You're on 8.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking. So you fire lightning bolt at Kunnar. Lightning bolt comes back at you for 54 damage. Kunnar just basically just throws up a hand, and he kind of lightning bolts it back at you. A reflection. Yeah.
Whoa.
And 54. Lightning.
Seeing as Garen was already applying his throws them 10 feet, and we're on top of the hill. Garen flies off the side of the hill.
Bye. Thank you so much, ASDA Chicken Kiev. Thank you so much for the follow.
Asda Chicken Kiev. There we go.
Asda Chicken Kiev. How's it going? Thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
So Kunnar like throws up at like an instinctive hand as just this bolt of lightning comes towards him. It crackles back, and we just see Garen being fried and flown off like an acid.
Can I use my can I use some spite, because I do have my reaction move, which is the last thing I'll get to do before I fall to my possible death. So he blocks that magic, and then there's just this faintest little spark as I like leap something back down the connected current to shock him just a bit. Which
Static shock.
It's better. So we just see Garen like flying off this, and to be fair to Kunnar, he didn't like attack you. It's just like fucking hell.
yeah, I mean, like, you just shot one of my friends. I don't give a crap.
Garen, it's your turn.
Is
On a 9, you rolled 9, right? We had Algan, Kane, Kunnar.
is Kunnar within 5 feet of me?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Cool.
probably.
I'm going to with my left hand that was reaching, that was sucking the life of or the curse of Kane. My right hand was already had my pike in it. I have the Mage Slayer feat, so anybody within 5 feet of me who's casting a spell, I get a reaction to attack them. So he's going to cast that ward, or whatever that is, and I'm actually going to try to drive my spear into Kunnar's neck.
Ooh.
There we go! That's some loyalty right
Is there anyone he won't betray?
We'll find out next time. 19.
At this point, Algan just like fucking takes his knife and he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna betray myself.
Well, like I did like call out. I was like, "You have seen the god," and like fucking Kunnar hasn't seen old dark.
Kunnar hasn't seen anything. I mean, you make a good point that Blue Doll 3K has also joined the adventure. Thank you for clicking that follow button. Welcome, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. But yeah, no, you've made a good point to him. I mean, like, we could RP this after. So yeah, I'm going to. I did a 19.
19's a hit.
Cool.
Can I quickly interject?
6 piercing.
Nice.
But he has a disadvantage on saving throws versus concentration. I have advantage on spells if he's within 6 feet of me.
Cool. Alex, it's your turn.
Seeing that Algan has made the decision that he's made, Alex is going to try, because turns are all simultaneous, so like everything's happening so fast. Alex is going to try and do like a double bounding, like a double stomp Hulk jump to try and like leap after Garen and just like grab him into his chest now that he's grown and like land on the ground with him so that he doesn't take any additional falling damage. I assume that he's probably almost dead.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah. So I can rock an athletics.
Yep.
18, and then in my extra go.
So you're leaping to catch him and
Like,
break
I'm just-
his fall.
Yeah, like we'll say like it's like a dive, like roll over him, grab him, and then just like roll onto my shoulder.
Nice.
18, and then normally it would be +3 before I got here. And with the size category it goes up by 2, so it would be +5, so 23.
Nice. So yeah, we just see you kind of like leaping into the air, no, grabbing Garen from the skies, and I imagine you can like bring him into some kind of roll.
Yeah, there's like a thunderous like boom, and like a big bunch of dust comes up and stuff. Yeah.
You guys are rolling down the hill at this point. Algan, it's your turn.
Algan. I did have things, but I don't know now. So Algan, as he jabs, he's gonna turn back and then look over at Kane, and as he's making eye contact with Kane, he's studying his features. So much so that when he looks back at Kunnar, he looks exactly like Kane.
Nice.
I'm casting Alter Self.
Cool.
Holy shit! Like you just went up like nine notches in my book.
You guys never actually seen Algan fight. You guys have just seen like shit happen around him and him being like, "Oh, I'm in the wrong place, the wrong time."
The only time we saw Algan fight, Algan was like, "Yes,
I've got a broom, charm the orc."
Yeah.
But now, like, this is
You
him
were
fighting
like,
for his
yes.
life. He's got to do
You were
what he
like-
can to survive.
It was like, "Yes, let's do this," and then you were struck by lightning and turned into bubbles. And it was like, "My time is not here."
But yeah, so right now, like the fangs of Kane are just like barren, like are bared because he's just so like mad and like he's in this blood rage of just induced blood rage, not from blood, but just anger, and then I'm mimicking that exact same thing with that exact feature too. So now he's probably staring at, like, off in the distance, real Kane, and then right in his face, another image of Kane. So, like, trying to scare the shit out of this guy. I don't think I could cast Feed this round, but next round maybe. So yeah.
Cool. Kane, it's
And I'm
your
gonna stay
turn.
close to him
You have
with my shield out.
silver on your face.
Can I try and make a Constitution saving throw to just fucking charge?
You can.
No,
Have to
no.
roll, I mean, in medicine, you have to roll very well to like ignore fucking silver in the brain because it's like
Yeah. Okay.
it's like burning.
Can I rip it off then? Will that take my whole action?
Yeah, I'll let you take a whole turn to take it off.
To rip your face off.
Rip it off.
Is there
got this.
any way I can rip it off and still make an action?
Yeah, you could roll me I'll let you roll me a con save. Maybe there'll be consequences to just ripping this thing off, though.
Oh, you're gonna be like a fucking skull face.
I'm gonna fucking take that because Kane is not thinking. Kane is in the blood rage.
Oh, that would suck. I just spent my turn looking like you.
Yeah,
Now look back, right?
a 23, which is actually a natural 19.
That's 19, nice. So yeah, you
ERP, not 19.
you just like get this thing, you just like rip it off, and it just tears your flesh as it does so. It's like almost like sinking. It feels like it's sinking hooks into your bones, and we just see like Kane basically rip off some of his face.
Yeah. Kane.
Like
Kane
chunks of
is
flesh just come
fucking
out.
in pain and very angry, but he, without even like, this happens almost automatically because he's fucking drilled military style to fucking do this. He draws an arrow, knocks it, and without even a second thought, he just does it automatically, goes through the motions. And I am going to fire a vampiric arrow into this prick, because you know what? If this arsehole has such a problem with vampires, he can fucking be one and do one at the same time.
Well,
I
that's an
really
interesting
hope I don't fuck.
Hold the teeth.
Interesting offer there.
I am
can be
very... Yeah.
And you can do one. Now,
A 21 for the
Cool.
perfect amount of damage, Will. I don't even need to say how much damage. It's the perfect amount.
it's over 9,000. Cool. So you shoot this arrow into him. Just kind of goes. We'll say it goes into here for 17 damage. Yeah. Cool. And you see him just kind of keel in pain. It's Kunnar's turn, and I'm right in thinking that all of you guys are basically turning against Kunnar at this point, even Alvin.
I mean,
Like 4 of us tried to reason with him. We struck deals. We like gave him pledges. We did things, and we rocked some 20 plus rolls, and he still wasn't budging. So I was ready to just like take his face off. Not. Oh, sorry, Josh. Sensitive.
I was gonna say, dude, like it just happened.
Soon.
Too soon.
Cool. So, not content with not having some vampire's name, and in fact, the leader of a particular coven who he might be after. Kunnar's a bit of a fanatic. He, bless his heart, he tries his best, but he is a fucking madman at the end of the day. And the clan have a reputation for when they don't get exactly what they want, they go pretty ham, as we've seen. I won't try and pretend that Kunnar is not an unreasonable man. He is perhaps the most unreasonable group of people that you could come across as religious fanatics. Kunnar, he realizes that Algin's like turned against him. He's like a spear in his neck at this point. He just rips out his tip. It's like blood comes out from it. He's got an arrow in his arm, and despite the fact the dude is he's OPOP. He's clearly taken a few fucking wounds here, and he just goes down to one knee. He like looks at Algin, and a few wounds. Quote arrow and well, you know what is he actually taken? He's been grappled. He's been shot.
He's been punched.
He's been taking 6 damage. He's taken a total of 22 damage. It's not actually that much. we'll say for the most part that's just like the arrow is just like sinking into his armor, but clearly the tip has gone in there. If you know.
Oh yeah.
So he just goes down to one knee like, Boromir style, and he looks up at Algie and says, "I thought better of you." And he says, "You are a disappointment." And as he just like rips out this tip, this like vampiric, blood vampire tip. He just like launches it at Algan. We're just gonna say, I think you're within 5 feet, so he's just gonna stab it into your knee, just as he's like on the floor. He's just gonna like ram it down into your leg. So he's gonna be a disadvantage for this one because he's looking on the knee, but he's on one knee. He does bend the knee. So a 25 and a 19. So a 19, Algan.
Hits, I think, because I'm 19.
Arrow to the knee, class.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Somebody steal your sweet boy.
Yeah. I'm at have 19. So if that does hit, right? I don't remember.
Yep,
how this
that's
goes.
it. Yeah. You just we just see the like arrow, this bloody tip, just like rip out of Kunnar. He just slams it, pretty like into your like upper thigh, I guess.
Yeah.
Just slams it into there. Used to be an adventurer like you, and you just get this like bloody tip into it, he just kind of looks up at you like this like disappointment in his.
He doesn't look mad, but he looks disappointed.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much. And he just like slams into you. Kind of like dusts himself off, and like cracks his neck, shakes his head, all within 6 seconds. This all happens.
No, it's all at once. It's like a weird spasm.
Yeah. It's just
trying to crack his neck and shake it all off and get up at the same time.
And get shot.
The game glitched and couldn't figure out the NPCs.
Yeah, he lagged and then he like caught up with
himself. Yeah.
But he was like a foot on the ground for a minute, and then he like
exactly.
He just takes his on his minor action, takes his powder in his hand, which I mean I would probably be fairly familiar with this kind of like methods of like toxins and like poisonous gases and stuff like this. And he just like slams it to the floor. There's smoke everywhere. And it's coughing, hacking. You hear Kunnar like it's like he's got his mouth covered. But he starts to disappear. And the smoke isn't just like grey normal smoke. This is lovely, lovely green smoke. It's Garen's turn. Oh, what's Garen doing today?
He needs to roll a d20 to see if he's like
Straight
alive.
D20?
He got a 3.
Oh, sorry, that was
one fail.
Right,
yeah, so my little bit, as Mitch catches me and we roll, like you see him like twitching kind of on your chest. It's like just before he passes unconscious, goes, "Told you so," and just passes out. And yeah, dead to the world. Next,
Alex.
So after like the tuck roll,
I think it's me. Sorry.
No, Kane.
you shot the arrow.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm
And
off.
ripped your face off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Alex like does the roll and immediately like tries to use his momentum to sort of like pull a 180 and start charging towards. I guess as he's charging, he sees like the puff of smoke. As this smoke emerges, is it like a toxic thing that's just meant to hurt those around, or is it meant to obscure and hide Kunnar?
Probably both.
Both. Yeah.
In fact, if you're like trying to break through the smoke,
Yeah, the plan will be to charge into Kunnar. Yeah.
Cool. Roll me a con saving throw. This is kind of stuff fills your lungs.
Can I forego the con save, take the damage, so that I can have a better shot of actually just hitting him? Like I won't try and not breathe it in, so that I can just focus on where. Like we'll think of it as instead of squinting my eyes, so I don't take as much damage from it. I'm keeping my eyes wide open, so I can just track where he is to pummel the shit out of him.
Yeah. Roll me a at advantage on your pummel.
Cool.
We're just 3 retweets away from a view decision, guys. 3. It'll be you.
Okay. So at advantage, thank God, first roll was a net 1.
Jeez.
And then a 16, and my charge plus 7. So a 23 against his AC.
Yep, that's a hit.
So he immediately takes 10 damage, and then he needs to make a strength DC of 16, or he takes another 10 damage and he's prone.
I rolled an 18, so it's safe.
So he takes a full-on headbutt.
Yeah, it just go. It's the top of the round, and it's Algon's turn.
I'm looking for a spell. But...
Sorry, how much damage did I take from breathing in that shit?
Oh yes, I had forgotten that. Let's roll some
It's all
damage. Just roll a
Probably
d10.
Druid.
Oh, you take 6.
Oh shit. 1 sec.
It just kind of gets to your throat at this point. The kind of first stage of this sort of inhalation.
Okay, I need a Constitution saving throw from him.
Can you see him?
What?
Can you see him?
Where did he go? Oh, he disappeared. No. He's in the gas.
Oh, perception check, and then you could do the attack.
Yeah.
You're also going to need to maybe a Constitution saving throw because you're in the gas.
When he pulls out the mist, or when he pulls out the dust, and he throws it on the ground, I'm actually gonna explode into gas myself into a misty form and reappear outside of the cloud.
Nice.
And that'll be my turn.
Cool.
All right then. Kane's turn.
I'm going to knock an arrow. This one not a vampiric arrow, and I'm going to basically use the fact that So I'm going to throw a couple of things at you, Will. See what you make of this. So first things first is I have a third enemy, which is one of them is humans, which means I automatically get bonuses to tracking, keeping track of anything that is orc, human, undead, or fiend. So if he's only one of them, I get bonuses to tracking him. I also have an eagle bow, which gives me bonuses to perception checks. Essentially, I would like to shoot him with ensnaring strike, which is a...
Cool. Once again, it's roll me a perception check.
Okay, so as long I'm essentially trying to give you the reasons why I can make it, but as long as you can make it.
Yeah, I'll let you roll.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm at 25, even without the advantage.
Oh. Yeah, I'll run a quick stealth check for the sake of all of these rolls, in fact. No. I'll give him advantage because he's in this fucking smoke. So his max was a 14, so yeah, you can see him.
Yeah, cool.
As pretty stylish by him as well, just like rammed into him.
Cool. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike. Give me a second to just... right, there it is. Why is that not? Okay, try again. So the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, it doesn't specify if it's ranged or regular. Before the spell ends, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact. So basically, I can shoot him and restrain him with a ranged attack. If he's a large or larger creature, he has advantage on saving throw, but he has to make a strength saving throw of DC. Let me just check. I think it's DC.
Hamster says that we're deep in a hot sclusy right now.
Our day is a hot sclusy.
Every day for Finbar is a hot sclusy day.
So if I hit him, he has to succeed on a DC 16 strength saving throw, or he's fully restrained. And it's verbal. It's a verbal command. So he mutters, "1 arrow to rule them, or 1 arrow to find them, one arrow to bring them all."
It's Kunnar's turn. Oh look, Josh is muted.
He frees himself with the power.
Hold on, no, fuck.
No.
Fuck you.
No.
I got.
No.
I'm goddamn weave.
I am also using Colossus Slayer, so I'm getting bonuses because I'm already in.
That's if they've taken damage. They get more damage.
If he's not below, if he's not at max HP. He takes extra fucking nat 20 like a motherfucker.
Nice.
Can you give me your dice, please? I know what. Anything.
That's.
I'm rolling in a set program called Troll 20.
Troll 20. That's actually not that great considering the amount of crit damage that I do. That's.
But you get bonus because of Colossus Slayer.
Yeah, no, that's included. I've got like.
Give me a number, Josh.
It's 27. 27 damage and succeed on a DC 16 strength save or just fucking lay down like a bitch.
Alright, strength plus 3, rolled a 7, so he failed, so he is trapped.
So basically, I fire and bloody tendrils like leap out of the arrow and grab him and just slam him into the floor. And he is now like cocooned on the floor in a like it looks like spider webs but made like capillaries. It's really gruesome, and he is just slowly being encased.
So quote, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yeah, indeed. And then as a free action, he just said he like yells. He's like still like he's not like he's sort of struggling to breathe, but it's not because of the cloud. It's because of the silver on his face. But he's going to yell out. He can't even really see Algan at this point because Algan, while he was temporarily blinded, has turned into him. He yells to Algan, "I never doubted you, my friend," and then spits a mouth of blood on the floor.
Actually, roll me a Constitution saving throw as well, Josh, for your...
I actually spit a blood mist, which is me, because I am in fact in misty form.
Whoa! Meta. 23.
Cool, so you're good. So it's Kunnar's turn. He finds himself trapped on the floor. He's actually going to have to roll against his own poison gas.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. Yeah, he rolled a 9, so it's not very good.
This is not working. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, blah.
Coughing and...
God, is this
Cover.
people?
Yeah, coughing and choking on his own gas, and he's like trapped by these bloody tendrils like collapsed around him, and it's pretty bad, sad situation for him. He's going to try and make a DC 16 strength saving throw. He's a tough old guy, so we can get 17, the perfect number. It's more like it. So he does manage to like rip these tendrils off of him, but he's clearly realised that he's surrounded by.
Will.
Four of these. Yep.
I forgot he also takes 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Just might factor in slightly.
Oh,
he
like
takes 6 damage!
6 damage! Fuck yeah. Maths.
But this time he breaks free, like the capillaries snap and bleed everywhere, and he is free.
Nice. Yeah, he just we'll say like the tendrils like dig their way into him a bit before he can rip them out, and that's 6 damage. And he just like rips his things off, and there's like blood everywhere. Like, dude is clearly fucked. He basically just like takes his dagger, and Algan, you know, this is like standard stuff for a dude like Kunnar. Like he's not gonna give you guys like any like information for torture and stuff like that. So he takes the knife, puts it in his throat. He performs honorable Sudoku.
Honorable
Mitsubishi. Honorable Suzuki.
Honorable Yamaha.
Yep. You just see him just kind of like, yeah, he goes down. Oh, he's dead. He's clearly dead. He starts to bleed out a bit, and then
as he's probably bleeding out, I'm actually gonna send a message, the spell message, and it just said, "Your pawn is just a weakness of your realm. My realm is much higher than yours. Goodbye."
he can't get anything out before he's.
If we're sort of like out of combat order, like he gets like wrapped up in this stuff, tries to pull himself out of these sort of tendrils, and then just kind of like falls over and is kind of bleeding out. Alex is going to be expediting that bleeding out process. He's going to be ramming this guy into the ground repeatedly, like excessive gore. Like an extra 13 or 14 like bashes with like his stump. He's using the sort of like
sounds just like my search history.
Yeah.
the sharp edge of his like horn stump where he like cut the horn off.
Kane,
it's horrible. But
Kane walks over as you're like doing this, and like not in like he's not trying to be mean, but he punches Alex out of the way and grabs this guy.
Dog pile onto this bloody guy.
And I just rip this man in half, like fucking rip him in half and throw him at the nearest solid object, and then like turn round.
You throw him at Garen's corpse.
I grab my sword and I turn, and there's Kane, like 2.0 there, and like I imagine it gets to the point where like Kane has like blade like in the Mission Impossible 2, like right next to the eyeball, like and it's just like hyperventilating, and then he just drops his sword and realizes that he just killed a bunch of people again. This is a common occurrence, but he looks at himself, really. He takes a long, hard look at himself.
I mean, I imagine like if you're reflecting, like, oh my god, like I just massacred a dead body, and
oh no, he doesn't.
We do that a lot. Like,
no, this is one of those things where he's not sorry. Kane has no regrets whatsoever. Kane was angry, and he did what an angry person.
No regrets.
Fuck those people. I'm sorry.
Right, so Algin, you go over and help out Garen, right?
Yep.
Please.
So yeah, you full of sexualist. You res Garen. He comes back up. On 1 hit point. You know, you are fried, Garen. I mean, a man does not simply receive lightning bolt and come back up feeling okay and looking alright. I mean, you have the most horrible fucking scars a man could possibly hope to have. Pretty much all over your body. This is a 54 damage lightning bolt. You don't stand up for that, but great.
Yeah, no, I've added to my scars around. I mean, I was hit by lightning once. I just replicated it. Exactly. I channeled the power of a god into that lightning bolt.
Yeah, and
here's all my damage. Oh shit!
You've got Palpatine skin. Is the effect which is happening here.
But yeah, I guess because my eyes open again, and the first thing I see is Algin. I'm just like, did I lose?
Stand up.
You may have to help with that. Oh, been a while since I took a lightning bolt.
Now we can both agree that you're a bit too strong for even your own good. Stand up.
So like
I'm
half
not helping
a laugh before just like kind of a curl into pain. Yeah. I mean, can I roll a con throw to see if I can physically stagger up this hill?
Yeah, roll a con throw.
D20 plus 1. Boop boop boop. 11.
No way.
It's above the 50% mark, but that ain't what we're aiming at here. Yes, I think maybe he like pushes up on one arm, and then like his every muscle in his arm spasms at the same time, collapses. Get Alex down here.
He's a bit preoccupied, and like we just hear.
boom, boom, boom.
Oh, fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Very gingerly, like, tips my fingers onto my, like, they're like, I guess there's like a burned out hole, and just kind of push some healing magic into my body, which is hopefully enough for me to kind of
stand.
Yeah, have non-fried nerve endings. I would like that.
You're within 5 feet of me, so I'm gonna attack you. Sorry. That's good.
You used the spell.
Sorry.
Today, the party murders bodies on the ground. 1d8 plus 5. That's 11. So I hop back up to 12 HP.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I think it's like muscles like slowly cool a bit, and it's still horrifically painful, but yeah, I managed to like get to my feet and go, well, you're not killing me.
Not yet.
Well, you'd be an idiot to let me heal if you were still with them, so... And Alex is still kicking.
Well, right now he's ramming.
Let's go see if we can't calm him down. Yeah, and I very, like...
Yeah.
Leaning very heavily on my staff, make my way back up this hill.
You notice that Algan has a bit of a lisp right now.
Can we have the beautiful moment where like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, where Kane and Alex sort of almost lock horns, where like the blood rage of Kane is like there, and then obviously like Alex's insatiable rage is there,
and he's like 16 feet tall.
Yeah. And Kane's just like, you think I give a fuck, bro? Like, I'm on coke. I don't fucking know what's going on. I'm in a blood rage.
You are cocaine.
You can have the legs. I want to be hitting the chest. Okay?
Yeah.
You split it in half. We each get a portion. It's not
Can you leave me the head? Because then I can interrogate him.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll say honestly, like if Alex has been doing this for a while, and he wouldn't be stopping, there isn't a head. Like it is. Pulp.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Section you two have described, there is no head.
You guys see Algan kind of approach. Garen, you notice that he was still wearing like the wares of Kane, but as he's like walking like as if nothing happened, this is just a normal day for him, because he's a high elf, and so he's got his shield is going onto his back. He had the pike back on his back as well. But as he's like kind of waltzing, strutting forward, bits of ash seem to crackle and shatter from what was his appearance of Kane, and they fall to the ground into like dust and like as if it was like burning embers. They just like crisp and spark. And then he approaches the blood pile. He kind of like gingerly moves you aside, Alex, if you finally let him. And then it's probably a struggle at some point. It was like, excuse me, buddy. All right. And he reaches into like the bloody pulp and pulls out a sack. And in the sack, he pulls out a ring, a pipe, and he reaches onto this guy where this guy's hips would be and pulls out a short sword. And he offers it to you three.
Picks way towards you.
These are yours, I believe.
How much freak out do we have to contend with right now?
Alex is like, he's calmed down enough because he's sort of like been removed from the body. His face is just like covered in gore. There's probably like some strand of spaghetti-looking tissue hanging from his like horn stump. We'll say he's like sort of dropped to all fours, and he's just like breathing really heavily and panting and grunting. So he's like kind of at shoulder height to you guys, just kind of bringing himself down slowly, but he's not focusing on much else. So he's not really processing the ring thing at the moment.
Kane, on the other hand, is essentially like backing away from everyone with his sword between like everyone. And then he looks at Algan, and in his mind, he knows he must kill Algan. He just has to. Like, Algan is everything that he ever hated in a person. He's a traitor, and he's a member of the clan, and everything like that. But it's more about the fact that Alex forgives him, and seeing that Alex can do it, he's developed this sort of attachment to Alex. Alex reminds him of more of like the human part of him, or elf part of him, and it sort of confuses him long enough for the blood feud to wear off, and eventually he does relinquish like his blade, and like he straight up like chucks his sword down and is just like, I should probably not be around pointy things right now, and sort of collapses on the floor to like be with his mind.
Yeah, like I want to try and say that Alex stays in his goat form because he's only just turned and he's not in that much control of turning yet, so he wouldn't just be able to turn it off. But he's starting to get more and more used to his language. So like I want to try. So like imagine this in like a really broken kind of grunted sort of goat speak. But he's going to sort of look to everyone where we're all in this weird position where we've all kind of, we come back together on this corpse, and then we all just immediately step back. Kane raises his sword. Garen is like barely standing up. Algan is sort of like bending down in front of this corpse. Alex is trying to stay back because he's still a bit in a rage. And he's just going to sort of look around to everyone and say, well, now that's all out of our system, and again, it's all sort of broken and like grunted, we can take a singular track and meet this god king. Differences aside until it's dealt with.
Yeah, I think so. Garen kind of picks his way over takes some cloth or something, like pulls some cloth off his lightnings, like the bits that have been blasted apart. Very gingerly wraps it around the sword, like puts it in a bag and goes, well, everyone seemed to choose the right side, so friends.
I must apologize for everything.
Kai,
It wasn't.
Kai, not Kai, sorry.
Kai do.
Kai materializes. Before Algan can even like begin with the apology, Kane steps forth, shaking his head and drops down to a knee in front of Algan and says, "You chose us over him, and we have done little to earn your favor. We have saved few people, we have caused carnage, and we have probably done little to help this broken kingdom become whole again. But you took a moment, you seized it, and you saw the potential in others. I owe you a life debt, a blood debt, as my clan would say. And from this day till the day most likely you die."
I wouldn't be so sure of that. And he looks down at the arrow wound in his leg.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that
The
can't
vampiric arrow wound.
Entirely, I forgot about that. I'm like, oh.
Oh dear.
The thing is, you have no way of knowing that that's a vampiric arrow.
That's true. I mean, I do study magic and do study how to stop magic, so
Yeah,
maybe I can understand.
It is
the
an
dark
arrow
magic
made
in
of
this.
blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the way in my head, like I see it is like it's like an ebony arrow with like capillaries and like veins like weaving its way down it to, and then like it's just like the tip of the arrow, like the actual head of the arrow is bone, and then the fletchings are just like slivers of flesh. It's really gruesome.
Yeah,
and I'm
just
just
like search history.
Again, jeez, nailing it.
that needs to be a quote, just like my search history. Someone quote that. But yeah, no, he says, listen, we owe you a life debt, all of us, and then he looks over like the paste that between him and Alex they made of his
boots.
Yeah, he's just like,
Legs.
There's just boots left, and he looks up.
He didn't outlive his boots.
Algan, and he says, "I have never made any misconceptions about what I am. I am a monster, and I understand this. I should never have been created, but I was. And surely, if you believe in any gods, if you believe in anything, maybe that means I was brought here for a purpose. And hopefully, in the end, it'll prove to be one of worth to us all. I apologize for your friend."
He wasn't a friend. Just a co-worker. Intelligent.
Like Kane like bows, but it like as you say that, he's smiling as he looks down. He's like fucking so happy to hear that, Algan. Like, this is the best news I've had all day. And I've had some bad news all day, so it's good.
I mean, I can't lie to you. The pay was much better than whatever you guys are doing here, but...
You guys are getting paid.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I think it's at this point that you like you hear like hooves coming up the hill. Just one set of hooves are coming up, and you see Captain Herbert. You know, the camp at this point is moving out. He's got everyone underway. The army and refugees are moving, and he obviously has seen a lightning storm up on the hill. So he comes. He's got a sword in the hip. He actually like takes his helmet off when he realizes that there's no immediate trouble. You can see his like long ponytailed hair again. He says, "Is everything all right?" You look.
He's staring at a giant goat man with matted blood in his
Yeah, I mean, he's seen this before, however.
He saw Alex before. Yeah.
Like, Herbert is, like, he's like weirded the fuck out, but he's like under instructions not to be, and so like he's like, oh my god, what the hell is that? And at the same time, he's like I must follow my rules.
half his face is entirely calm, and the other half of his face is trying to be calm, but it's like got this paralytic, nervous twitch. He's like, I'm fine.
We seem to have found an accord, Captain.
Looks like the bloody pulp. Is that
I point to Algan, I'm like, but we found a cord.
muted forever? He says, is that the clan member?
Yes, the clan have been tracking us for a while. But we have stopped any information from leaking. Any dangers we had are now quelled. We have also taken care of the matter, and he points over to the bloody body and maybe the boots and the legs and then the pulp. And he goes, this man could not outlive his boots. And he kind of winks over at Alex.
I see. Well, that might have some consequences, I suppose, with the clan. But we have bigger things to deal with. I wrote up here, with haste, with Ibenus, and he can scroll, basically
Of course, it's Will DMing. Of course, there's more news.
There's things happen in the real world. Whilst you're off murdering people, other things happen.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, whilst you're playing your role-playing games, in the real world, shit went south.
You guys are having a great time, but the rest of the world is fucked now. He the scroll, which has been opened. He says, Baron, he hands it to you.
Okay. So we get the stumbling through, like, Garen's not great literacy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
and it reads, yeah.
See wolf run. Wolf run first.
Stop.
Orc.
We the biggest and the strongest.
Look da.
Not our friend.
But it reads, God King Balashar hereby declares that the names blah 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 exit. All your names are mentioned here are wanted for a sum of 1 million gold pieces, and we hereby declare war on the broken kingdoms and all of the broken barons within it, unless they subject their rule to the God King Bashar, the Lord of everyone, the God on this earth, to whom you all owe your fealty. Should you dare to stop him, resist in any way, then you will be killed and enslaved for the master. Blah, 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 blah. You're all gonna die. Blah, 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 essentially. It goes on. It's very kind of illustrious in its ways in the desert.
Kane at this point, Kane has this thing. He has war paint that he uses every now and again. But the interesting thing about this war paint is it's like a red war paint, and he has to mix it with oh yeah, do that again, Will. He's got his red war paint, then he mixes and he applies that. But he takes that out, and he's noticed a curious thing. When this war paint dries, he uses a stick to stir it, and when it dries on the end, if you strike it against something, it actually catches.
That's what you're going for. Garen might beat the punch by just snapping his fingers.
No, I don't have fucking bullshit magic.
I want to be cool.
I do.
I make do. But
if you set it on fire, Garen will just kind of drop it.
Yeah, no, I take it, and I literally strike this stick. I need to find a name that really matches with what it matches. Yes. Yeah. He strikes this here, there, everywhere. It's an everywhere strike. Yeah, any strike match. Yeah, and he strikes this on his face, and he just
Okay. Yeah. So he sets it on fire. Garen will just go, "Well, gents, don't think we've ever been worth so much.
There are
I'd have to agree.
a few other problems. The word is round camp, obviously, about this. The news is spreading fast. We think we are probably some of the first to receive this news, being as close as we are to the trap. But it can only be a matter of time before the rest of the barons and baronesses here. And the bounty is a problem, Baron. The men wavering before in their resolve are
Captain.
leaving.
Captain, take your men, take the people as quickly as you can to a fortified city. Far away from us. Gentlemen,
Kane
I suggest...
Kane raises the skin that is quite clearly full of blood.
Boys, I think it's time we hit the road.
Let them come.
It was getting boring.
There is one goat in Moria who still draws breath.
And on that note, Urba kind of like nods and turns his horse. He says, "Are you remaining?"
I think I
So, with respect, I can make them leave for now. But
I pull out another piece of paper. It's like, hold, Captain. Alex, come here. And I get Alex to basically draft me like a writ of transfer authority. And I'll go, Alex.
Alex, take a letter.
You've, during your time as a sleazy lawyer, this is probably a joke. This is a joke we've had
Talking
before.
to the goat.
It's an attempt at levity. It's like, is there anyone in that camp who's at least as smart, if not sleazier, who could be trusted with at least some money to help the captain negotiate, as it were?
Yeah, I mean, Will, your call. Whoever I would potentially know.
I want like Alex's old rival in Oxenhold.
okay,
Just like any attorney. Yeah.
cool. His name is Collion.
Okay. So yeah, I write like a writ transferring like the authority of the barony to Captain Erber. Another one, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Another one saying like basically that the man known as Collion is to be like elevated to this position as the final order of Garen Stormforged, Baron of Oxenhold, blah blah blah. All this is being like muttered in my ear. It has to be repeated because I keep like falling behind. Slow it down. And then yeah, I don't know. I char the like bottom of it with a little bit of lightning and stuff out the flames. Like,
Yeah.
Captain, go. May you ride into the iron storm.
Alex will like extend for. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
Sorry, I have to real quick ask. Are you essentially asking, just so I got my head on clean here?
I can tell it's going to be a
you
pun.
are asking-
Muting you, Josh, because I can feel the pun coming.
No, I'm just.
It's gonna be. Oh, sorry, man. There's gonna be some. Okay.
I am asking. Are you asking? You're so. I love how you mute me before I even get a. No, but
Say it.
What, are you transferring power through Mitch, through Alex?
No, I just
you're actually having a way.
yeah. I'm getting Mitch through the legal documentation, so I can basically like go. I am no longer Baron. Herbert is Baron in lieu until like a more suitable candidate is found.
So essentially,
And this guy is going to be his
essentially,
advisor, so that they just.
he's assuming power over you. Like you're
I
he's
believe it.
assuming power over you.
We're
But like,
like 10 million gold ransom. We need to find a direction that these people aren't heading and go in it. So yeah,
okay,
this,
I was just checking because this is all being conducted.
yeah.
This was all being conducted by goats. So.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah. So you give him the
Final
writ,
order, Captain.
and so like his final order is he is now like fully in charge. We made him nominally in charge before when we were down in the camp. He's now fully in charge. He's to take the refugees and any soldiers that are left and head to Bleak Redoubt. We are going in a different direction. We are no longer going to be associated with them, so that will quell any potential tumult among the men wanting to give us up for the ransom. we sort of hand over the writ. Alex will give him a handshake with like his giant hand, because he does have like a human torso. Give him like a handshake with a giant hand, and sort of wish him kind of Godspeed. And then he'll sort of like look with a bit of a smirk to the direction of, I guess, to the north again, to the Weald, and he'll say, "We ride to the sun."
Fair winds.
So hold on. So right, okay, you're protecting them against Muttony. I get it.
Yeah.
Muttony, goats being muttoning.
His camera and his audio have been removed.
That's
His
weird.
privileges have been revoked. I felt that one coming 5 minutes before it.
Well, now I've got to fix cams.
Your powers of
You
premonition.
knew.
I don't even care.
Garen kind of nods at the site. Best of luck, Baron Herbert. They'll need you. Tell them everything we learned about fighting Moldak's forces, and, well, try and draw all three armies with the same field. I think it might be your best chance.
He nods, kind of puts on his helmet back on, and says, "Best of luck to you, sirs. It's been an honor." And then he dance and rides off.
And Alex will turn to the party and say, without shifting, say, "Kane, you're the only one who hasn't got a ride." And then he'll like look north and like go down a bit so you can get on his back.
Well, there was that one time we took a moonlit walk, which we don't talk about. I had to. Oh right. What? I have no idea what you're even insinuating, to be honest.
Ride the giant goat man.
Cool. Fucking Kane. Kane jumps up and as he jumps up, like I imagine like Alex rears up, and as he leaves, Kane just pulls his sword from the ground where it lay and holds it up in the air, and then because Garen is amazing and the ultimate badass, he makes lightning strike my sword, but not without damaging me, and I look like a fucking badass, and Algan materializes mist around us, and that's how we end.
Illusion of lightning, sound of thunder using thaumaturgy.
Riding on a broom in the background is silly old Algan.
And all my super...
You just load a green. You load a green screen behind us. It's beautiful.
Because I'm missing a horn, I guess all my cool barding is half missing. So I have the breastplate and one leg greave and then one pauldron, and that's because it comes from the iron bands on my
It's
horn.
funny, it's a half found, but I guess that's how you look at it.
Okay.
And Will, you're muted. Did you mute yourself?
Oh fuck! I did. Drink.
Ah, take that.
Hey.
Suck it.
Hey.
Drink.
What were you saying there, buddy?
Yeah, and thus ends the Broken Kingdoms episode 5, I think. 4, 5.
And indeed the season, because Will never
I will
take the
never
mantle
play
up again.
again. I think episode 6 would be even nice. But yeah, what do we think of tonight's session, everybody? What do you guys think in chat? What do the players think? How do we feel about tonight's game?
6.
Loved it.
Fucking loved it.
6 out of 10.
17 out of 17.
6. I give it 6.
I guess 6.
6.5 out of 10.
Out of
Let's do
5,
that.
I give it 6. Indeed.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was. I had a lot of fun tonight. It was great. We spoke off cam about what may happen, just in case. But it was between Finbar and I, if our characters were going to actually fight, would we be okay with them dying? But we didn't even come to that, which is awesome. So
I'm just...
Yeah, no. I genuinely, I was like... No, I was really worried that, I was like, I know Mitch quite well, and Mitch is a friend, and I feel like Mitch is playing quite a nice character this time, so I'm like, I feel pretty comfortable. But then I was like, basically, I've betrayed you all, and I'm leading you to your
so you
doom.
said
And
Mitch. You meant to say Mitch instead of Mitch.
I said Mitch. No, Mitch.
Oh, yeah, Mitch. Yeah, you're right, he did.
Speak anymore.
I feel that might be the wisest.
No, he was right. He was right, because Mitch did.
I
Yeah.
got it right. I actually got it right. It's just Myth is making me paranoid now.
No, yeah, sorry. That was my fault.
But yeah, no. I was like, shit. He's gonna is he gonna be cool with the whole vampire thing? And he was like, nah, Moldog's kind of a bigger problem. Like, okay. Hey, I've been really playing that.
Well, you're becoming a robot now.
Everything.
So I'm just gonna put you in the corner there. You can chill for a bit. Mitch, what about you, my friend?
Yeah, it was good. It's interesting. Like and I think Josh shared this quite a bit as well. Like our frustration as players trying to negotiate with a fanatic, which obviously is only going to go so far, was like it was fun because it was reflected in like Alex's overall. He's getting tired of having to negotiate and be diplomatic and try and do things non-violently, and he's really enjoying doing things violently. For change, because it's much more directive, it's much more effective, it's faster, it's less of the bullshit. So like that RP on the hilltop was like what Alex has been like building up and getting frustrated with feeling just in general. And it wasn't a horribly terrible outcome. We did still manage to preserve Algan on our side. So it was all good.
Yeah, nothing will go wrong. I'm pretty sure it'll work out pretty well for you guys.
Every encounter is that.
That
worked out, right, guys?
Of all the actions, I look forward to all of them. Finbar, what about you?
Hello. Yes.
Interesting episode for Garen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of neat and tidy because I just got to put a bow and it's like, my problems all just disappeared in one go. Wonderful. Yeah. For Garen, it's the thing of like he's having to apply his titanic will to restrain his nature because he's realizing that if he just kind of he can wait for Alex to push himself to the conclusion Garen wants. Because Garen, like, I think going onto that hill, knew that, like, Kunnar's, as crazy, not crazier than me, and he doesn't have my
Confirmed,
kind of
he's crazy.
desire.
I knew it.
Yeah, he doesn't have my desire to do a good, like, I'm mad, but I want to be a good person, whereas he's just mad. I was like,
I definitely set up the clan to be like a bunch of fucking psychopaths, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
You're a magic user anyway.
I just have to wait for Kunnar to kind of put his foot in it, and he did.
Yeah.
It was like, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to the day we fight someone not magic immune, so I can, like, not
I
get
did
my
find
ass.
that funny. That was pretty. Like, as a DM, I was like, I've got this all set up. Kunnar's like, he's got his thingy, and like 54 damage. Okay. Kunnar's happy.
I was like, oh, it's really. I have to say, like, it's a testament to how. Probably because I'm drunk, but I will just say, for you guys in chat, this is probably a testament to how fantastic Will is as a DM. I literally was like, Kane is going to remain calm. Kane is going to remain calm. And then Will just said, restrain your dog. And I literally punched my own keyboard and was like, fuck you, Will. I'm not taking it laying down. And mate, it was... So that was really... This has just been an immense episode. And I'm thoroughly enjoying everything.
All right then, and finally, cool. I guess we found out a bit more about Algan and his true motivations tonight. I guess. So, how did you feel for him?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I had a lot of fun. The entire episode until probably the last 40 or so minutes, Algan just sat out, which is fine. It was a lot of fun to listen and watch the campfire scene, the extended campfire scene, and it was a lot of fun. It was definitely worth it too because at the end, we really got a lot of just in that short and sweet bit of Algan on cam. We saw that he a lot for his character come out. I mean, like, he is born from the Feywild, so he's born from magic. He has just been conditioned and tortured from the clandestine to work for them. So it's kind of it makes sense. It was definitely he was gonna snap at some point. It was just a matter of when or how far he was gonna go with clandestine before it actually happened. So it was cool to see him. I mean, he's bending. I wouldn't say he'd snap yet because he hasn't, like, I don't know. There's still something that could happen. He could still be a traitor again. I mean, he's betrayed people, his friends, his faction twice now. So who knows what that
Maybe
even
he's
means?
a double agent. Yeah.
Yeah, who actually knows? Maybe he's for the Feywild, but it all comes as it pops in the brain here. But it's a lot of fun. I'm excited to keep playing and to see what happens next time. To have the gang all together with a slightly more tightened bonds than before, which is nice.
Yeah. And I feel the point of diplomacy in these games, like, you're thrown into these situations. The players are thrown into, or the characters, I guess, are thrown into these like almost impossible situations where you can't really win. Like, everything is like you're conceding points. Everything, like, in dust when you're trying to get you're trying to get this dude to let you through his country. Well, yeah, he will, but it's going to be a massive tax, and you put a lie to him about how you're going to pay this tax, and then suddenly there's a fucking army side, and then with Kunnar, it's like, okay, he's like, oh, I'll give you my horn. I'll fucking cut off my head and show you this. He's like, well, he's giving me his horn. Maybe he'll give me more. Because he's a fucking
I have to say, like, I found it infuriating the first time I ever played with Will, because I was just like, I can't win, but I've adjusted over time, and I've started to realize that it's what makes a story, is that impossible odds, and it's what builds heroes, is having to really go against it all. And it doesn't matter how many times you think you've got it sorted, like even now when we're like, we've dealt with the clan and the infiltrator, and we come back and we're just like, our entire convoy is abandoning us, and shit has gone south, and then you look back at the decisions, and suddenly you're like, why did I spend all this time with petty arguments when I could be saving people? I'm a terrible. It's a gauntlet. It's all it is. It's one long gauntlet.
That last encounter would have gone much differently if you guys. If Algan didn't break, if Algan kept staying with the clandestine, imagine how much longer and how much harder that encounter would have been for the PCs. Because I guess Algan wouldn't really been a PC; he'd be probably like a villain at that point. But just imagine how much harder. So we actually had to, for that to work, we all had to band together and pull out all the stops for it to actually work, which was very cool and rewarding.
And that's what I
Go ahead, Mitch. Mitch, go ahead.
Yeah, I think what Josh said about it's sort of this gauntlet that you realize, thinking back, why do we spend so much time trying to put together the perfect plan? It's cool because we're sort of learning as players, given this world that we've been given and the dire straits that we're in, that we need to just try and keep momentum as best as we can to do the best that we can against the circumstances. But also, it's cool after this session. Like, I look forward from here on out, now that we've had that time to air out all of our shit as PCs. We've literally shot at each other enough, and now hopefully that's mostly behind us, so we can just try and move as far forward as we can and get as far into whatever positive we may be able to do, given that we finally have this confrontation where we're literally beating the shit out of each other and letting out all of our crap.
Yeah, there's definitely been finding the feet of the party in these last few episodes, and maybe that's finally kind of happened. But all of the secret plotting shit which we had before the game even started, me and Cole decided he was going to be a member of the clan, like session 0 or way back when, and only now has it finally come out. So yeah, it's going to be interesting here on out, figuring where the group is headed. So yes, Josh.
Sorry, I know I'm blabbering, but all I will say is I love the fact that being personally invested in season 1 and playing through all of season 1, I was hugely invested in that plot and everything that they heard. So I was massively when the clan happened, it was oh Jesus Christ. So having a party member just say, I'm going to push the boundaries and I'm going to see if we'll see if we can break bread over the matter, and maybe it will work, maybe it won't. I think that's a really interesting dynamic, and I love that entirely. But also, I just have enjoyed thoroughly the heated tension between, because it's the 101 things of you can throw a boss at your party members, but if you turn around and you're just we'll throw fucking another party member at you, that's trouble right there.
Truth.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
For once, I'm not the most talkative. This is terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
He's just so excited.
And how does it make you feel?
So excited.
How does this make you feel? Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
I had tons of fun tonight, guys. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Will. It was tons of fun.
Yeah, we've had a good time, everyone. So we're going to be back tomorrow. It'll be Finbar actually doing this tomorrow. We'll figure out exactly what's happening tomorrow. D&D is happening tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. EDT, 9 p.m. GMT. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube. We have a Patreon. with all sorts of things. You can find them all down below. We even have an Instagram these days, so they can instantly gram us with things. That's how it works.
That's how that works. Yeah.
Yep,
That sounds like maths.
That is the fun.
Cool. Yeah, God, I'm down with the kids. So, if you guys enjoyed, do hit that follow button and join us. We're back at the same time tomorrow night. Any hooks and plugs to do, Finbar? You do things on the internet.
I do things. I stream the video games. You can find my schedule, because I finally got around to putting those up on my stream page, Rathan TV. I will say hello and chat. Yeah, Twitter, Finbar, at FinbarDS, YouTube, Conflict and Mathin. That's all my sort of video stuff. A big announcement next week on the Friday, from midday BST
On the Friday.
to midnight.
Friday.
I shall be streaming between those two times.
Excellent.
12 straight hours, slowly going insane. I don't yet know what will be happening in that stream, because I am frantically planning as we
Fun stream.
speak, but it should be fun. And I'm sure I will talk at least one person from all this to come hang out for a little while. It's gonna be fun. Come hang out.
Yes. Cool. Cord does things on the internet. We'll let him do his plug in a moment. But Mitch, do you have anything to say for yourself, sir?
Just check out encounterroleplay.com coming up. We got an exciting month. This is kind of like a hump month for us because we're all really busy with personal stuff for the next couple weeks. But coming out of it, we have a lot of exciting plans for the end of April, beginning of May, turning the corner on our 1 year, which is super exciting. If those of you who are already pledged on our Patreon already got a bunch of teasers as to what we're planning towards the end of the month, but lots more ways for you guys to be involved, lots more stuff coming up. So if you're new to the community, be sure to keep tuning in, because by the end of April, things are only going to get more interactive and more fun.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm kind of busy for this week as such. You won't see me on tomorrow's stream, but picking up from next week, I'll be back on all the usual ones because I'm spending time on the Cinnaroo. But Cord, do you do things on the internet, do you not?
I do. So I'm Mythematic on twitch.tv/Mythematic. That is me. That is I. I stream on Twitch RP. I do a lot of ARC role-playing. I play a lot of role-playing games, obviously. When I'm not here, I'm over there. Just opened up a new ARC server on the PC. Sorry, Mitch. Sorry, Josh. But it is a PC server. It was sub, but now it's free. But if you sub, you can get a dino level 100. Absolutely your choice. But come along, play Myth RP. A lot of fun. And join me later tonight over on my channel. But thank you guys for hanging out. You're all awesome. And I can't wait to see you all tomorrow.
Yeah. I would let Josh speak, but I think he's done for tonight. Josh has said all of the words. He doesn't have any left, believe it or not.
Yeah, we have a budget, actually.
Yeah,
that Will lets us have. I have another 500, so I should.
If we hit the donation goal now.
It's a word limit. Like you can only have this many words of Josh.
Oh look, and the word limit just cut off right then.
Josh has the best words. He's the best word.
Yeah. But yes, until next time, everybody, try not to. Try not to find yourself on a hill with a madman who's insane, who asks you to cut off your horns and then asks you for your friends so he can murder them because he's a madman. Try not to beat this man into a bloody pulp on the hill and ram him into oblivion, because, you know, you could get arrested for that sort of thing nowadays. But
most importantly, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be...
Oh, Josh is gone. What a shame. Oh, Josh is...
Oh, he tried so hard.
Let's just... He tried to resist, but remember, guys, there is no resistance. Resistance is futile. Good night, everybody.
Try to stick to your cams. There we go.
Yeah. Try not to resist. Do not join the resistance. And until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be here laughing when you do. All us except from Josh say good night to you from Encounter Roleplay. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow night, 4 p.m. EDT, 9 p.m. GMT. Good night, everyone.